Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Monday the 18th of February 2019. Thank you for joining me. It is such a pleasure to be with you today. I'm using the prediction tarot deck for today's reading. And this is where my days in Glastonbury come in really handy because they had all these lovely secondhand tarot shops and I just bought every deck that was there. So I haven't used this deck very much. What I'm doing is, as I'm shuffling the cards, is tuning into the day's energy of Monday the 18th. And I just ask the cards, what is the day going to be about? And they give me a detailed answer. These readings are for everyone who watches, for all signs of the zodiac. So please share the video and subscribe if you want to be notified of new videos. Let's have a look at what the day is about. The Ace of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Ten of Cups. Wow. Okay. This is really simple. The Ace of Wands is a gift from the universe. You're given something that fires you up. You're given something that is your life purpose. It's something that you really, really care about. In the astrology, when I look at a chart that only has fire in it, that person is usually someone who gets really obsessed with something, really interested in a job or an activity, and they put everything they can into it. They master it. Once they've mastered it, they get bored, they get excited by something else, and they move on. And that's a pattern that they go through. They get fired up, excited, they're obsessed, master it, get bored, move on. So the Ace of Wands is a gift in terms of having a life purpose that's solid and structured. Usually we have Ace of Wands with leaves growing from them. And I've chosen this deck for a reason today. The law of attraction is always in place. So this deck has come out because it wanted to be seen today. And on this Ace of Wands, we've got metal kind of coverings. So this is something serious. This is a life purpose that is going to stand the test of time. There aren't any leaves growing from it. This is a rod that the wood has been treated. It's been decorated and it's going to hang somewhere on a wall for a long, long time. So today is a great day to trust your passions and ideas about what it is you want to do, what you want to do independently, and what you want to create. So for instance, if you're working in an office as a temp, you may want to be an artist. Or if you're retired and you're not doing very much at the moment, you may feel like, I want to travel the world. Or if you're a student and you're studying something like an arts degree or something, and you're like, my life purpose is actually to do something much more technical, then you may feel drawn to change your major or to change your degree. So it's really important that you listen to this because this is a serious gift that you're receiving. And that's going to cause problems with the Hierophant. And that's why it's so important, because the Hierophant represents the powers that be. It represents the university. It represents your employer. It represents the cost of the worldwide travel. It's the gatekeeper that you have to kind of get through to get to the other side of this gate to find your freedom. And that's what makes this even more powerful, because it seems to me like the ego is at work here. We wouldn't have the Hierophant trying to block you and keeping you in your space, in your own lane, if you weren't supposed to do something great. Because remember, the bigger the obstacle, the greater the purpose is on the other side. And this is a pretty big obstacle. So listen to what it is you really want to do, and you will get messages like for instance, for years, I had the message, I really want to work with the tarot and astrology. And I got the message, you'll never be able to pay your bills with it. So get a proper job. And I dismissed it for years I still regret that. And don't be like me and dismiss the ideas that you get from your gut, your higher self. And you know that it's higher self messages when it's quiet, it's repetitive, and it doesn't really force you to do anything, but it keeps coming up over and over and over. And today your life purpose is under the microscope again. You get to see it. It's like an intrusive thought. It comes into your mind and it says, hey, are you working as a journalist now because we want you to work as a journalist? No, I am working for Sky installing people's cable. So then to get to the journalists, and you'll have to leave Sky, you'll have to leave that company, and you have to get through past this Pope, and you have to get through to the other side where you have the freedom to decide what you're going to do, and then you can be a journalist. So the Hierophant represents all sorts of institutions. It's the number 5 on the Fool's Journey. So the Fool's Journey is our lives, represented in the major arcana by 21 cards. So the Fool is starting out, the Magician is being made manifest and realized, the High Priestess is the wisdom of the universe being imbued into us. Then the first person you meet is the Empress, your mother. Then you meet the Emperor, your father. And then you meet the Hierophant, institutions, the world, society at large. And that's where problems come in, because, you know, when you're a child and you're like, oh, wonderful, and I'm free and I can do anything I like. And then you grow up a little bit and you start to realize that other people have been around for much longer than you have, and they've all got really strong opinions, and this whole way of living, and the planet has a culture all over it in every part of the world that you kind of have to adapt yourself to. For me, it was a real shock to the system. It was like, oh, but I don't want to identify as just male. Why do I have to wear a suit? Like, who told me? Who decided that? So we're all influenced by those kind of things. And the trick here today is to take your purpose seriously and to get over this hump and to tell the Hierophant to move aside, please. I need to get through to the other side. And usually that inner small voice isn't powerful enough to make us change things. It doesn't oppress you. It's not urgent. So you always put it off. You always put it off. You always put it off. But the thing is, if you actually make the effort today, you're guaranteed the 10 of Cups, which means your hopes and dreams are going to come true. So if that's not a goal, I don't know what is. Like in the example I gave you when I kept dismissing with the tarot and astrology, my dad told me to get a proper job. That's why I have a master's degree and I'm supposed to work for other people in a serious work situation. And I was never happy, and I dismissed that idea, and I never pushed past the Hierophant, and I just dismissed it like a little fly. I swatted it away. And that was my loss, because if I hadn't, and I'd either transitioned away from the Hierophant, like if I was working in a school, I could have either told him, hey, get out of my way, I want to move forward, or I could have just turned around and gone in a different direction. Whatever it is, 5 is about freedom. And if I'd done that, then I would be living my life purpose and my dream job, which I'm doing now, much earlier than what it took me to get there. The 10 of Cups is a transition card, and Cups is about emotional well-being, being happy, being full of joy, having your dreams and your fantasies become manifest and become real. So the simple thing here is listen to your inner fire, overcome the obstacles that stand in your way. So feel the fear and do it anyway, as Susan Jeffers would say. And you get to your hopes and dreams being realized. So that's a great way to start the week. You're really going to have to apply yourself and listen to your own power and think for yourself and be independent, because no one else is going to do this for you. No one else gets messages about what your life purpose is. Like, your best friend doesn't sit there and get messages and say, oh, John is supposed to be a journalist. People think about themselves most of the time. So you think about yourself today, especially if a message has come up over and over and over and over again. You don't have to get into a huge conflict with the Hierophant. Like, you don't have to say, you don't have to push him over and beat him with the stick and then steal his crown. You can just go in the other direction, or you can just squeeze by him. And that would be quite funny, actually. It's like, excuse me, get out of my way. This is a public this is a public pathway. Move! The look on his face, that would be just pleasure enough. But I'm immature and snarky, so there we go. But it's nice to break out of these prisons, you know, and these because he's been adorned and elected to be this powerful person, and everyone else has to get on their knees and has to be a supplicant to this wise, powerful person. He's like the rest of us. He sneezes, he gets a cold, he makes mistakes just like the rest of us. And I really don't like when people make themselves special, because we're all the same. And when someone elevates themselves above what the rest of us are, i.e., I'm special, I'm better than you, I have a direct line to God, for instance. No, you don't. We all have a direct line to God. So take off your hat and get in the queue like the rest of us. You know? Get out of the way. We want to move forward to get to our hopes and dreams being realized. So, number-wise, we've got 1 and 5 is 6, and 10 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 is mind and creativity. So listen to what your mind says and the creative fire that you feel internally. Try and build that fire and stoke that fire within you so that you have the motivation to bust out of the trap that you're in, out of the dissatisfying situation that you're in, and to get to a position where your dreams do come true. Like, if you, for instance, if your purpose, you feel like, I've always wanted to be a mother, and you're 50 years old and you've been trying and it's not working, and everyone's saying, well, you're going to have to give up. Well, ignore that and either use IVF or adopt a child and make your own dreams come true. It's your desire, it's your passion, and if it's inside you, then it comes from a higher power. It means that it's not going to be something negative, because your higher power would never give you guidance that would harm you or someone else. It's quiet, it's repetitive, and it comes over and over and over again. And when you actually honor it and make the effort, then your hopes and dreams come true, and then the universe supports you and the angels are around you laughing and clapping, and they're happy for you. So today is a chance to maximize your potential to self-actualize and to become the person you want to be. Wow, so that's an amazing start to the week. Have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to audio reading. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology. I combine all three, the way I combine the numbers and the cards in this reading. And in my personal readings, I can really see everything about you. I can see where the best place for you to live is. I can see when the best time to move would be, what your vocational talents are, why you've come back to planet Earth, what your purpose is. If you struggle to figure that out by yourself, I can really help you with that. It's crystal clear in the astrology chart. If you want to know what's coming up for you in finance or relationships, health, spiritual progress, friendships, hopes and dreams, whether they're ever going to be realized. I can answer any of those questions and give you practical steps on how to achieve certain hopes and dreams. So if you're interested in any of that, then please get in touch via the website, gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. If you like my videos, then please share them. Hit the subscribe button to be notified of these dailies, the weeklies that are for all signs of the zodiac, and also the monthly videos that I do for each sign of the zodiac, and the yearly videos that I've done for each sign of the zodiac. So have a look at those as well if you haven't already. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.